assembled company. Welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe, and it is Tuesday, therefore it is International Young Tellers. I'm sitting here in Arad in Romania right now, and I'm waiting to hear. Is there any young tellers on at the moment amongst these that would like to start? I'm working on my phone, so I can hardly see who's here at all. Lana, are you a young teller? Would you like to start? Mona, are you a young teller? And there's someone who I can't read because they're probably in Palestine, I think.
Lana just disappeared.
Okay.
We have
right, I'm just admitting a lot of people at the moment, so let's see. Is there any young tellers out there that so Lana's trying to get back in.
Lana's trying to come back in.
Yeah, I've got a yeah, I can see that when it happens. I can see when people are trying to get back in and I can admit them, but I can't see everyone who's here. Oh, if anyone is connected, if anyone young teller wants to start, could they please tell me and Baba? Mike's entered, but he's not a young teller.
No, he just missed it.
Yeah, so we have Dana and Tahini joining. Miss Rima, are you telling? Right, it's Tuesday, therefore we have our chaos. That's good. We like a bit of chaos. 2 people entered the waiting room. Admit. Workshop North Pole. Lara, I'm not sure Workshop North Pole, but I'll let them in.
You got that?
Right. Okay.
I think Donna's having a little connection problems because I've admitted her 3 times and it still says she's joining.
Yeah, I'm admitting her again. Okay. So all I need is one volunteer, one young teller who has a story for us. Does anyone have a story that they want to tell? We have lots of people. We have a big audience. It would be wonderful if there was a teller to tell. Now, Lana, I think Lana is a teller. Admit all.
I want to tell you a story.
Perfect. Who's that?
But first, I want to introduce myself.
Please do, and then tell your story. Are you able to get your video up, or is your internet too weak?
Yeah, I'm trying to. No, I was.
Okay.
Yes, I am Rahaf Saleh. I am 14 years old and I am in grade 9.
Okay, and where do you live?
I am living in Palestine in Gaza.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So have you got a story for us?
Yes, it's a story, a short story.
Well, please tell.
Yes. In one day when I was a child, I saw the old man leaving the mosque, and I ran to him and I asked him, "Hello, sir, how are you doing?" And he answered me, "Great, what about you, son?" And I said, can I ask you a question? And he told me, yes, you can, please. And I asked him, what is the best day to pray? To pray? And he answered me and smiled. The best day to pray is the last day in your life. And I was, sir, but no one can know how I know my last day in my life. How I know? And the old man smiled again and he told me, nobody know the last day in his life. That's because we should pray every day. And he's saying,
Fantastic. Fantastic. And so much wisdom there. Right
yes.
now, well, thank you. Thank you. And will you stay with us? And will
It's a
you come and
pleasure.
tell another story next week?
Yes, of course. I will be here.
Fantastic. Now, we have with us one of our tellers that have been for a long time with us for ages, Jasname. Are you with us, Jasname? Perfect. Jasname? Hello? Would you like to tell a story? And would you like to tell everyone where you're from, etc.? We have a lot of new people on.
I want to tell you a story.
But could you introduce yourself first, please, Jasname, because we have a lot of people on who don't know you.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
I
So,
want to tell you a story.
Okay.
Miss Rena, you can go right after Jasname, okay?
Yeah. So Jasname first, and then Miss Rena.
hello everyone. My name is Jasnami and I'm from India, Punjab. Today, the name of my story is of Kindness. In a small village in Himalayas, there lived a man. That man was very hardworking. He was the special tour guide of that village. The village had beautiful sceneries. As it had lush green forests, it had beautiful rivers and blue sky. It was very pretty for the travelers. They were quite attracted to it. Now that man had two sons. Both of them were well settled. They had their families and they used to do their own work. Now that man used to go every morning, used to take a round in the village, see which travelers came up. His job was quite tiring. When he used to return home, he used to get tired. As his wife was not there, he had to do all the household work on his own. And soon it was a problem for him. Because every morning he woke up, he could not do so many things at once. And so he started to feel sick. And slowly and steadily, his health was now becoming less. He thought that he would ask his daughter-in-law for help because he could not manage so many things together and he was alone. So first he went to the eldest daughter-in-law. He went there and the daughter said, "Yes, father, you have come here. What happened?" Now she was quite selfish. She did not like to do any work. She never liked to help anyone. So his father said, "I'm here to request you. I just want you to do one work for me. That is to help me out in the morning." Now she thought for a while and said, "I can't help him. I'm not so free." And so she said, "Sorry, Dad, I can't help you. I have to go and do so many works. Can't you see my land? It's so big." And she said, ask your other granddaughter. She has less land so she'll surely help you. She's so free. So he did. He went there and he asked his younger daughter-in-law. She said yes without thinking anything. She said, "Why not? I will help you. I'll help you in every work you'll say." Now the father was quite happy. He knew that the woman which was rich, which had more land, could not help him, but who was not rich and did not have any land could help him. So every morning, that younger daughter-in-law went to his father's house, worked the whole time. She worked till day and night and then returned home. One day she went to wash his clothes. While she was washing his clothes, what she saw was she got pearls, which were real pearls. Pearls were dropping from his clothes. So she collected it. She knew this was something she had got for her hard work. She collected it and went to her home. Collected this other day and then again to her home. So she sold it and they got so much money that they were rich than the other brother, and so they lived happily. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Naomi. Now, who was it? Miss Rima?
Miss
Who was
Rena.
next?
Miss Rima.
Mr. Rima, could you tell your story next, please?
Yeah, I want to tell a story.
Please do introduce yourself and then tell your story.
Okay. My name is Malak Al Madhoun. I am live in Gaza. I am grade 8. I am 13 years old. Start.
Yes.
Please start. Please tell your story.
Okay. The father and his son. The father said to his son while he was admonishing him, "Son, don't compromise in your life about 3 things: to eat the best food, to sleep on the best mattress, and to live in the best house." The son rebelled. How? So how can we do that when we are poor? The father said, "If you only eat when you are hungry, it will be the best food you eat. And if you work hard and then sleep tired, your bed will be the best bed. And if you treat people with kindness, you will live in their hearts. And in this way, you live in the best of homes." How many parents and how many doctors? Just that.
Thank you. Thank you. There is so much wisdom on Tuesdays. I'm always in awe. I think you're fantastic. Ragad, it's good to see you back, or our Nigerian sisters. Now, Miriam, I think you wanted to tell, last week you said you wanted to tell a story this week. Miriam, can you hear me? Okay, let's go to Nigeria. Does anyone else want to tell a story?
Yes,
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Okay. Who was saying yes?
Ragad.
Right, in that case, please tell your story. Introduce yourself first and then tell your story.
Okay. First, my name is Ragad Al-Masawabi. I'm 14 years old. I'm in grade 9. I study in Beach Preppy Girls School. My favorite hobbies is writing a story, swimming, and other things. Now, my story. First, hello, friends, or hello, everyone. Do you know what day it is? Today is the story time. Do you know what our story is about for today? It is about the Grady dog. Now, I will start.
Please do.
It happened that a dog had got a piece of meat and was carrying it home in his mouth to eat in peace. Now, on his way home, he had to cross a plank lying across a running brook. As he crossed, he looked down and saw his own shadow reflected in the water beneath, thinking it was another dog with another piece of meat. He made up his mind to have that also. So he made a snap at the shadow in the water. But as he opened his mouth, the piece of meat fell out, dropped into the water. Hey, be satisfied with your share and don't covet. It's my short story, but I have another story which I write. It's not
Please
with.
tell, please tell that story was fantastic, but please tell the one that you wrote yourself.
Okay, sure. Yeah. It is said that an old man named Uncle Yahya lived in a small village. He was famous in his village for his good reputation, courage, and strength. People circulated among themselves knew of his history and courage in defending his country. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not finished. Wait.
I didn't think you were. I was taking that gap. Please do. Please carry on.
Yeah, sure. All the old people of the village know that Uncle Yahya was an important, simple, and rich information that their children should know. But the youth of the village were surprised by the isolation of Uncle Yahya, as they were also surprised that he left the village once a week and he was late in returning. But no one dared to ask him about the reason for his absence. They sent one of them to follow him, and he told them upon his return that Uncle Yahya was going to the grave of his mother. So the young men regretted what they had done and decided to visit him and apologize to him. In Uncle Yahya's house, after he offered them a hot drink, he eased them and forgave them, and it was only a matter of minutes until everyone heard the sound of the occupation's bulldozers storming the borders of the village and are approaching olive trees. Uncle Yahya was the first to stand up to the enemy, collecting stones for the youth of the village to hinder the advance of the bulldozers and running here and there like a young man. After the bulldozers retreated, the people of the village gathered in Uncle Yahya's house and asked him about the secret of his sudden strength that surprised the strength of the youth last night. He said while smiling and looking at those who followed him to his mother's grave yesterday, we belong to our countries as we belong to our mother. It is a story.
Thank you, and a fantastic story. What a wonderful story. And now that I believe Mona wants to tell a story, and then Mariam. So Mona, would you like to tell your story?
Yes, of course. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Before you start, could you introduce yourself and say where you are, etc.?
Okay. My name is Mona. I'm 14 years old. I live in Gaza in Palestine. I study in Beach School school. I am in grade 9th. English is my favorite subject. I adore learning. I love reading stories because it gives me a good accent in English. Now I'm going to tell you a story about a great elephant. One day, an elephant wandered in the jungle in search of friends. He saw a monkey in a tree. Elephant said, "Will you be my friend?" Monkey replied, "You are too big. You can't swing from trees like me." Next day, he met a rabbit. "Will you be my friend?" Rabbit said, "You are too big. You can't play in my barrel." Then he went to Frog. Please, please make friendship with me." Frog, how is it possible? You are too big. You can't move about like me." The next day, the elephant saw all the animals were running for their homes. Elephant asked the rabbit, "What's the matter?" Rabbit replied, "There is a lion and he is trying to kill us." The lion kept eating up whoever he could find. The elephant went to the lion and said, "Please, Mr. Lion, don't eat all those poor animals." Lion replied, "Mind your own business and go away." The elephant had no choice, but he gives the lion a hearty kick, and the lion ran away. Elephant back to the jungle. He told the good news. All animals thanked him and said, "You are just right to be our friends." Okay, moral of our story for today is a friend in need is a friend indeed. Thank you for listening.
Mona, that was fantastic. Mariam, I believe you want to say something. Mariam?
Hi.
Yeah. Please introduce yourself and then tell your story.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Rida. I'm Sister Ragad.
Okay, so if you could introduce yourself and then tell your story.
Okay, my name's Rida. I'm 12. I'm in a grade 7. I'm from Palestinian, but I live in Gaza. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. My
Perfect.
story about the tortoise and the rabbit.
Please tell.
Okay. The house of the tortoise was close to the house of the rabbit. Whenever the rabbit came out of his house, he saw his neighbor make her hair and called her slow. The tortoise was grave while hearing the cookie rabbit making hair. And one day, while the rabbit was jumping in front of the tortoise and mocking it, I asked him, "What do you think, we're in a race?" The rabbit giggled and said sarcastically, "You and me?" She said, "Yes, and we'll see who will win." The race started. The rabbit looked at the tortoise and did not find it behind him. He said to himself, "The tortoise will not beat me." He asked him and play now, then continued the race. As for tortoise, it continued working and did not stop, and won the race. And the rabbit regretted.
Brilliant, brilliant. And I have to congratulate everyone who's told stories today on their English. It has been your English is very, very good. You obviously have very good teachers and you're obviously very talented yourselves. Now, Mariam, are you ready to tell your story?
Hello, can I speak in?
Hello, please introduce yourself and then tell your story.
Hello, I'm Dana McDad. I'm in grade 8. I'm 13 years old. My story is The Greedy Lion. It was an incredibly hot day and the lion was feeling very hungry. He came out of his den and searched here and there. He could find only a small hare. He cut the hare with some hesitation. This hare can't fill my stomach, thought the lion. As the lion was about to kill the hare, a deer ran that way. The lion became greedy. He thought instead of eating this small hare, let me eat the big deer. He let the hare he let the hare go and went behind the deer, but the deer had vanished into the forest. The lion now felt sorry for letting the hare off. Moral of this story: a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. Thank you.
Thank you. And I see Nima has a hand up. Would you like to tell a story, Nima?
Hello, my name is Nema Abdullah. I am 30 years old. I am studying beach prep big early school. The story is not to lay and tell the truth. One day Juha was so hungry, so he went to the market and bought 3 kilos of meat and told his wife, cook this meat. She cooked it and ate it with some of her neighbors. So Juha came and asked for meat, and she said the cat ate it. Juha took the cat and weighed it and found it only 3 kilos. He said to himself, the cat was 3 kilos and the meat was 3 kilos. So if this is the cat, where is the meat? And if is the cat is the meat, where is the cat? Thank you.
I loved your stories.
Hello.
Hello. Please, Bara, please introduce yourself and then tell your story.
Yeah, sure. I'm Bara Al-Husari. I'm in grade 9. I'm 14. I'm in grade, I want to tell you a short story. It's so fun and cool. Once upon a time, a very thirsty ant was drinking water from the river. Suddenly, the ant lost his plans and fell into the river water. Help, help, the ant cried, but no one could hear his cries. A dove sitting on a tree nearby that the ant saw in trouble. She quickly plucked off a leaf from a tree and dropped it into the water. The ant climbed on the leaf and thanked the dove for saving his life. After a few days, the dove was sitting on a tree, and the ant saw a hunter aiming his arrow at the dove. And ant knew that his friend to the dove was in danger. He quickly bit the hunter's leg. The hunter cried in pain, ouch! The hunter arrow missed the dove, and the dove thanked the ant, and there was a friend forever. This is the end.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is I'm blown away by it. I think tonight's stories are fantastic. This is one of the best nights we've had on Tuesdays. Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is there anyone else who hasn't told a story who would like to tell a story?
Hi, how are you?
Yes,
Ghana?
yes,
Please tell Ghana.
Yeah, I have. The name of the story is The Thirsty Crow.
Could you introduce yourself first, please?
One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. He flew in search of water, but he did not get water. He was going to die for want of water. Oh my God, I'm flying so thirsty. At last, he saw a pitcher. The water was so light that the crow could not drink it. Then the crow tried to break the pitcher, but he could not. He tried again and again to overturn the pitcher, but in failed. But there was very little water at the bottom of the pitcher. He looked around and saw some pebbles lying nearby. He took the pebbles one by one and dropped them onto the pitcher. The water reached the neck of the pitcher. The crow drank to his heart's content and fly away.
Thank you. Now, Ghana, could you introduce yourself and tell us who you are and where you live?
Yeah. My name is Jannah Najjar. I'm 12-year-old. I'm in grade 7. I'm from Palestine. I live in Gaza.
Thank you, Jana. And that's a wonderful story. So,
Nice to meet you.
now, is there anyone else who would like to tell a story?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, could you introduce yourself first and then tell your story? Please
Yes. Hi, my name is Rima Abu Ghaben. I am 11 years. I am from Palestine. I am living in Gaza. I am in Al-Shati prepared girls school in B. I am in 7th grade 4. My favorite subject is English. I want to tell you my story, The Ant and the Dove. Once upon a time, a very thirsty ant was drinking water from the river. Suddenly, the ant lost his balance and fell into the river water. Help! 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 Cried the ant, but no one called his cries. A dove sitting on a tree nearby saw that the ant was in trouble. She quickly blocked off a leaf from the tree and prepared it, dropped it into the water. The ant climbed on the leaf. He thanked the dove for saving his life. After a few days, the dove was sitting on a tree. The ant saw Hunter aiming his arrow at the dove. The ant bit the hunter's leg. The hunter cried in vain. The hunter's arrow missed the dove his time. The ant saved the dove. The dove thanked the ant for saving her life, and they become friends forever. Moral of the story: one good dead deserved another.
Thank you. Thank you. And again, I must say to everybody, your English is fantastic. The stories are amazing. And we are having a wonderful evening. Now, would someone, or in Baba C's case, a wonderful late morning, early afternoon. Is anyone else ready to tell a story?
Yeah.
Yes, me.
I got 2 yeses then. Who was the first?
Miriam.
Well, in that case, you can be referee, Baba C. So who is telling next, in your opinion, Baba C?
Miriam, and then I think the other one was that Bara again.
Yeah.
And
Miriam, tell
now.
us. Miriam.
Hi.
Hi, introduce yourself and tell us your story, please.
Yes. My name is Mariam. I'm 12. I'm in grade 7. I'm from Palestine. I live in Gaza. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. Now I'm going to read a story called The Ant and the Dove.
Once upon a time, a very thirsty ant was drinking water from the river. Suddenly, the ant lost his balance and fell into the river water. Help, 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 cried the ant, but no one called his cries. A dove, sitting on a tree nearby, saw that the ant was in trouble. She quickly plucked off a leaf from the tree and dropped it in the water. The ant climbed on the leaf. He thanked the dove for saving his life. After a few days, the dove was sitting on a tree. The ant saw a hunter aiming his arrow at the dove. The ant knew that his friend, the dove, was in danger. He quickly bit the hunter's leg. The hunter cried in pain. The hunter's arrow missed the dove. This time, the ant saved the dove. The dove thanked the ant for saving her life, and they become friends forever. Moral of story: one good deed deserves another.
Thank you, Mariam. And the expression in tonight's stories has been fantastic. Who was the next Babasi, did you think?
That person disappeared again. So who would like to tell a story next?
Well,
Me? Can I tell a story?
of
Yes,
course
who
you
is
can.
me?
Please introduce yourself and then tell your story.
Okay. My name is Rasha. I'm from Palestine and I'm 13 years old. I study in Beach Preppy School and I'm gonna start my story. My story, it's about me and an old man. One day, when I was a child, I saw an old man leaving from the mosque. And I went to him and said, "Hello, sir. How are you doing?" "I'm fine. And you?" "Fine. Can I ask you, please?" "Of course you can." "Sir, what is the best day to pray?" The old man smiled and said, "My son, the best day to pray is the last day in your life before you die." "But sir, how can I know the day of my death?" The old man smiled again and said, "My son, no one can know the day of his death. That's why we need to pray every day." That's the end. Thanks for
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much. And is that the end of the people that want to tell?
I am.
Oh, Salma, yeah, please tell your story. And introduce yourself first, please.
Okay.
You have muted yourself. Please unmute.
My name is Salma Shamsi. I am 12 years old. I am in grade 7. I have 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Let's start. Thirsty crow. One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. He flew in search of water, but he didn't get water. He wasn't going to die for want of water. Oh my God, I am feeling so thirsty. At last, he saw a pigeon. He at once flew to it with great delight. The water was so low that the crow couldn't drink it. Then the crow tried to break the pigeon, but he couldn't. He tried again and again to overturn the pigeon, but he failed. But there was very little water at the bottom of the pigeon. He looked around and saw some pebbles laying nearby. He took the pebbles one by one and rubbed them into the pigeon. The water reached the water reached in the neck of the pigeon. The crow drank water to his heart's contents and flew away.
Thank you. There is a solution for everything, I hope. Right now, so is there anyone else who would like to tell a story?
Me. Can I speak with you?
Please do. And introduce yourself first and tell your story.
Hello, my name is Rima. I am 12 years old. I am a Palestinian living in Gaza. I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers. My father is teacher, my mother is teacher and a housewife. In my free time, chatting my friends and watch YouTubers. I hope to be astronaut and thanks for listening. Can you meet?
Have you got a story for
Can I
us?
tell my story?
Please do.
Yes. My story, The Wise Man. People have been coming to the wise man, complaining about the same problems every time. One day, he told them a joke, and everyone roared in laughter. After a couple of minutes, he told them the same joke, and only a few of them smiled. When he told them the same joke for the third time, no one laughed on him more. The wise man smiled and sighed, "You can't laugh at the same joke over and over, so why are you always crying about the same problem?"
I love that story. Thank you. And
Thank you.
yes, I think it's a story I could use. Well, does anyone else want to tell a story?
I want to tell a story.
Please do introduce yourself first and then tell your story.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Misk. I am 14. I am in a grade 9. I want to tell a story, which is the story of the fox and the grapes. Now, please listen to me. The fox and the grapes. A fox one day spied a beautiful bunch of baby grapes hanging from a vine along the branches of a tree. The grape seemed ready to burst with juice, and the fox's mouth watered as he gazed longingly at them. The bunch hung from a high branch, and the fox had to jump for it. The first time he jumped, he tried, but in vain. Now he sat down and looked at the grapes in disgust. "What a fool I am," he said. "Here I am wearing myself out to get a bunch of sour grapes that are not worth a gaping for." The fox turned up his nose and said, "They're probably sour anyway," and proceeded to walk away. Moral of the story: there are many who pretend to despise and belittle that which is beyond their reach. It's the end.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to me.
And I agree with Baba C there.
Thank you.
Magnificent story, Miska. Okay. Now, is there anyone else? Well, if no one has a story, would you all like to talk to it? Would you all like to unmute and talk to each other? That could be chaos, but that's okay. It'll be good chaos. As John Lewis used to say, good trouble. And so
When you make quotes like that, I'm convinced we were brothers in another life. We're brothers in this life.
indeed, but let us leave it to the young people to tell. How many of you know each other? How many of you are in the same school? Are any of you in the same school?
Yeah, we all in the same school.
You're all. I thought I heard that name. So we have a whole school with us today. Would you like that? I'm very impressed by the telling. I'm impressed in all ways. Yasname, are you still with us? Jasname, are you with us still?
No, oh God, go back.
Oh, she's gone. Okay, now we've been with us for 3/4 of an hour. I know that very soon there's going to be trouble with the internet in Gaza. So I think we all the adults here have to give a big round of applause. Can you all unmute adults and give a big round of applause to our young tellers in Gaza? Well, thank you. Now I'm blown away. I think tonight has been a great night. Will you come to us again? Will you come next week, everybody?
Of course.
Thank you. We want to hear you every week. We want new stories from you every week. We want to hear your magnificence. So thank you. And I know every adult here is just that I'm not going to let them comment because it will go on for another hour. I will say what you would say, that the stories are fantastic. Your expressions have been amazing. The way you tell is brilliant. Your English is brilliant, and your stories are fantastic. I think that probably wraps up everything that every adult would tell. Thank you all for coming. Waleed.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Is that someone else who wants to tell a story?
No.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
So who was saying hello just then?
Me.
I'm on a tiny phone, so I can't actually see who me is.
Waleed is saying hello. Waleed is saying hello, son.
I thought it sounded like Waleed, but I didn't like to predict that. So Waleed, I was about to thank you personally for driving the magic carpet tonight.
Nice.
So it's you drive it so efficiently. So thank you, and thank everybody who was on tonight. So we'll wave goodbye, and we'll see you next week.
What's coming up?
Bye.
Oh,
what's coming up?
Baba C. Baba C, of course, you are my memory cell. Coming up on the World Storytelling Cafe on Friday, we have Usha from Mumbai telling stories for children. She's fantastic, and she runs the Mumbai Storytelling Festival. She's joining us for the first few days at the Marrakesh Storytelling Festival as well. I like to mention this at every opportunity next year. And then on Sunday, if we didn't have a worldwide story round this Sunday, did we? No.
Nope.
Therefore, we'll have a worldwide story round at Sunday. Usher will be on at 6 o'clock UK time on Friday. Worldwide story round run by Mike Rust from Get a Word in Edgeways and that will be at 7 o'clock on Sunday. And then next Tuesday we have again our wonderful young international storytellers from Gaza, India, and wherever else can join us from the world. Meanwhile, goodbye, good night, and thank you all for joining us.
Until the next time. To be
Thank
continued.
you. Goodbye. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Thank you for all. Thanks.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, this was great.
Nice to meet you.
This was great.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yes, yes, yes. It was great.
Oh, wow.
Made me hungry. Hey, David, good seeing you again. All right, I guess we're out of here. See you guys on Friday and Sunday, and of course, next Tuesday. Everyone take care. See out.